So apparently, authenticity was one of the most searched words in 2023. If you've been on this YouTube channel before, you have probably heard my rant about trends, so I consider this super fantastic news. Today, I want to create a video to discuss what authenticity in our home looks like and why crafting a space that is both unique and actually true to who you are is critical and empowering. My name is Delia Lajeunesse. I am an art consultant supporting the next generation of art collectors through education, resources, and curated collections. And thanks for being on this YouTube channel. I'd like to share a quick story about my mom. She has an incredibly unique style that really shines through her home, and I think that she has done home decor in a super interesting way, an authentic way. Instead of typical trinkets and knickknacks, she really fills her space with unusual and often really old items and displays them in very creative ways. Something that comes to mind is an old typewriter that she has on her desk, which is adorned with a tiny figurine sculpture, a couple of sketches. She showcases letter openers and her earrings. She hangs old keys on the wall. None of it is cluttered. It's not like collectibles. Each piece is really deliberately chosen and allows you as a visitor to highly appreciate the details. And to me, this isn't just about decor. It actually helps you understand who they are, what their personalities are, where they've been, what they find delightful. It's really an omnipresent feature of their home. I've kind of adopted this as well. My gallery wall features a letter opener, a pair of really old scissors, and a protractor compass. So it's just random things that help kind of differentiate my decor. I don't mean to trash talk people who buy trendy things, trendy artwork, trendy lamps, all that stuff. We all participate in trends to some degree, but I do think that there is really a missed opportunity to play with and highlight what makes you genuinely unique and delightful and weird and all of those good things. The other thing I want to say about mass-produced trends and artwork is that I do think it really lacks depth and meaning that honestly, I think we're all really yearning for. We see this in the slow fashion movement. I think essentially what we are trying to say with that and with wanting art is that we want to know the story behind the thing. We want to know that we are buying something that is well made. We want to know that it is sustainably made. We want to know that there is a real person on the other end of the production line. I think we are, as a society, starting to have a value around those things and yearning for a deeper connection to the things in our home, on our body, all of that. I may have said this on this channel before, but I remember a pretty long time ago hearing something in a documentary, I think, about how we should all be actually more materialistic. Materialistic meaning that we care so much about the things, the art, the items that we own that we tend to them. We mend them when they break. We retouch them. We clean them, we attend to them, and we keep them in really good condition. And that form of materialism is actually a really good way to make everything that we encounter in our home, everything that we own, actually sacred and meaningful to us. I think you can also celebrate what you actually care about through your decor choices, what your values are, what ignites you, what gets you up in the morning. All of those things can be reflected in your built environment. And I think that they are best reflected through art, partially because art is so emotional and touches on so many deeply human components and aspects. Personally, our art collection is full of pieces that have stories. Some of them are more meaningful than others, but we are really ready to share about pretty much any piece in our collection for anyone who asks. And again, there are also more internal components because I know that not everyone likes having people in their homes as much as I do. And I certainly don't want you to think that all of the benefits of art collecting is found in these external factors. So we have pieces in our collection that bring such a sense of peace, that brings stillness. We have pieces that remind us of times in our lives, both individually and shared. We have pieces that remind us of places that we have been. These are like more joyous recollections that help kind of pull us out of the mundane and realign us with whatever our priorities are. So there's external and internal benefits. Okay, so how do you actually go about finding meaningful art for your home? Having an understanding at the outset of what you want your impact to be, and having a really clear understanding of who you actually are and what you like and dislike, and what your preferences are, what excites you, what speaks to deeper aspects of who you are. Those things, they're really critical when you begin creating a collection of meaningful art. I also think that you can lean a lot on your intuition, that you can go to local art events and really trust yourself to have an intuitive pull to the pieces that speak to you. You might not be able to articulate why in words, and that's okay. We are drawn to art because it is a visual language. So don't worry about having to define it, but I do always recommend that you have some intent or strategy at the outset of collecting, and that you go about looking through art with a really intuitive focus and allowing yourself to be highly responsive to the pieces while maintaining an awareness of what your intention is, what those parameters are. So it's easy to get swept into trends when you don't take the time to define for yourself what those parameters are. If you're interested in embarking on finding more meaningful art for your home, for your space, for your decor, take a moment to set these parameters for yourself before going to look for art, to have an understanding of what you are looking for. And I just really invite you to take that intentionality with it. And I also think that you would be really surprised by how little you actually need in order to begin to transform your space to become authentic to you and really establish the vibe of your home. If you want support in acquiring meaningful pieces, please do check out our services. We have worked really hard to offer an array of services that meet various budget points and offer different kinds of support and resources depending on your needs. So check that out on our website. I will link it below. I'd also love to hear in which ways you made your space authentic to who you are. Share that in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already.